Congratulations on purchasing the Aquasentra Smart Water Management System. The purpose of this video is to show how you go about signing up for the application, getting it paired with the valve, and some basic usage instructions for the Aquasentra system. So first of all, you can see that the Aquasentra homepage is open after installing the mobile application. This is the same for the Apple and Android devices. Once you've got that basically set up, you then need to probably go to sign up if it's the first time that you've actually installed or used the system. So we're going to go to sign up and actually pop in here an email address, which for the purpose of the video is just going to be the Utili sales account. And for the purpose of the video, we're going to put in here test 1 2 3. Just check that. Now please be aware that the password and the email are case sensitive. So make sure you keep a copy of those, because if there is a capital letter, it will cause an invalid credentials for when you go to sign up afterwards. You can check the privacy policy and the terms of conditions by clicking on these hyperlinks in the application. But if you've already read those and happy with that, you can click on I agree and proceed to sign up. A verification code will then be emailed to your chosen email. Head to your email client to get hold of this number and input this into the mobile application. Here you can see the verification code has been presented to the email, and we can copy that number now manually into the application. When you go back into the application, you will see that it automatically finds that code from your mail device on the Apple, and I believe that is the same on Android also. Once you click next, you'll then get paired up with our server, the account will be added, and we can move forward onto pairing your Aquasentra device. Now let's proceed to adding the Aquasentra device into your account. Do this by clicking the Add Device or the plus icon in the bottom right hand corner. You will now see that the Aquasentra system is actively searching for a nearby device. It's at this point that you should power up your Aquasentra valve while holding down the connection button as shown on the screen now. As the device powers up, you'll see that the solid blue light will become illuminated. At that point, remove your finger and you'll see the blue light start to flash at an interval of 1 second. The device should soon be found on the Aquasentra system, as you can see on the screen now. You can then click on the valve controller to start entering in your Wi-Fi and password details. It's important to know that the Wi-Fi connection must be a 2.4 GHz connection. A 5G will not work. If you're unsure on your Wi-Fi SSID, you can pull down from the top right hand corner of your mobile device and go into the Wi-Fi settings area. Here you can see that the SSID for my home is as Griff Home. Now enter in the Wi-Fi information as you have it saved for your home internet or business connection. Please note, the Wi-Fi SSID and password are case sensitive, so ensure that you actually enter those in the correct manner. The Aquasentra valve should now automatically start to pair with the Aquasentra system. In the event that the valve controller does not successfully pair, ensure that you have your SSID and password correctly set up, you're using a Wi-Fi connection which is a 2.4 GHz, and the Aquasentra valve is within 15 meters of your home internet router or repeater. It's also worth remembering that you have the Wi-Fi antenna correctly attached to your Aquasentra valve. If you haven't, please proceed to add that now. In the event that the device fails to connect to the Aquasentra server, please first of all power off the Aquasentra valve by switching off the power supply or removing the power cable from the device. After doing so, wait 10 seconds for the actual power to be fully dissipated for the Aquasentra valve. Proceed to clicking the X button then in the top left hand corner to go back. After the 10 seconds have elapsed, click on the Add Device again. Now proceed to powering up the Aquasentra device one more time while holding down the connection button on the unit. Once the blue light turns on in a solid illumination, you can then remove your finger and you should see the blue light start to flash in 1 second intervals. At this point, the Aquasentra valve should be found by the mobile device. It's very important here to ensure that you enter the SSID and Wi-Fi password fully correctly with title case. This means that any capital letter in the SSID name or password should be correctly inputted. Once that's done, click Next to proceed. The Aquasentra valve will now be searching for the Aquasentra server to make a connection. Once this is done, it is not needed to be done again. And this procedure should take in the region of 30 seconds to 1 minute. Now that it's successfully found the device, you can now rename the device to a name of your choice. We'll call this Test. Click Finish and then click Done to now connect to the Aquasentra valve. This Aquasentra valve is not currently installed in a water system and hence all the values are currently 0. You should actually see a pressure and temperature reading on your device once you have successfully paired and connected the unit. You then need to proceed to the control page where you will see the icon for a padlock to show that there are protected features not enabled yet. At this point, it's worth getting the piece of paper that came with your Aquasentra device that contains the QR code to activate the golden features list. Click on any of the padlocks and you will then be asked to scan a QR code. You will now notice that some of the gauges have a padlock for the protected features. At this point, head to the box that your Aquasentra valve came in and you will find a welcome letter with a QR code which you need to scan to enable the golden plan on the device. Click on one of the padlocked gauges and it will bring you up an option to scan the QR code. After clicking Scan the QR code, you will need to allow the Aquasentra to access your camera and then you will see it acted very quickly that it scanned the QR code that I was presenting it and it now activated the golden plan. You can check the golden plan is active by going to the settings area in the bottom right and seeing your expiry date for the golden system. At this point, we now suggest it's worth you watching the app user guide, which again can be found on a QR link with the welcome letter with your unit. This video will show you all around the application and show you how to view your data and also make changes to suit your unique setup if you have one. Thank you once again for installing the Aquasentra system and protecting your home or business, because every drop counts.